Divine Feminine, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a returning viewer or subscriber. If you don't already know, I am Miya Jha, and I'm an intuitive reader here on YouTube. So today, the reason that you clicked on this message, I'm already getting like this sense of urgency in the fact that it is now or never. That is the title for this reading. Right now is the appointed time for you, Divine Feminine. I don't know whatever that thing is, or whatever nudge you're being pushed at or being pulled towards doing right now, but it's now or never. So we're gonna just go ahead and hop right into the reading, and we're gonna start off with I can't even remember what it's called, the Work Your Light Oracle deck. This is gonna give us a big picture view of the situation, and then we'll, get some clarification through tarot. So yeah, so I hope everybody is doing well. I hope that this reading finds you at the appointed time that you need it, Divine Feminine, at this time, and I hope that it gives you the confirmation that you need as well to keep pushing forward, or to do whatever that thing is that you're supposed to be doing right now, whatever you feel called to, or even those ideas or those thoughts that keep passing you by, and you keep dreaming about these things but not acting on it, or whatever the case is here. So Divine Feminine, if you didn't realize it already, or you needed further confirmation, this is your confirmation here. It's now or never, okay, Divine Feminine? So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle and see what cards we get to fall out. That is too many. All right, we're gonna take, all right, I'll get one more. So the first card we have is the Lemuria card. We have Lemuria. It says, creating heaven on earth, it is happening. So Divine Feminine, I feel like in order for you to, when I say heaven on earth, I feel like the energy of your happiness, your joy, your lust for life, even, Divine Feminine, I feel like that's something that you have to create. So when it comes to those ideas or those things that you want to do, or the things that you see yourself doing that you're not doing yet, sometimes it's about getting up and doing it, making it happen, starting where you are, not waiting, even, Divine Feminine. Wow. And then the second card we have is Unbound. And it says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So Divine Feminine, I feel like this is the energy of, letting you know that you have to break free from whatever it is that's holding you back from, not only reaching your greatest and fullest potential, but holding you back from, living that heaven on earth, living that life that you love, being in a situation, in a lifestyle, in a just in the energy that you're happy, not having to fake it either, Divine Feminine. You can't fake the funk when it comes to happiness, and that's something that you've been wanting to experience, Divine Feminine. It's like you're only dreaming about it. So it's time to release yourself from just dreaming about it, and putting plans into action. So somebody, this is your confirmation here to go ahead and do that thing, whatever it is, because somebody else here needs to know that, whatever that thing is, you don't have to put so much, you don't have to attach so many expectations to whatever this thing is. You really just never know, because if you're one of those people who are just getting a lot of things that are coming to you, some of them seemingly unrelated, or whatever the case, or all these ideas that come to mind, don't just let those things pass you by. You never know which one of those things, or how many of them are going to be that thing that really does something for you, or brings you just this overall joy, or just leads to other opportunities, or whatever the case. So keep following that nudge, Divine Feminine. I feel like it's something that you definitely have to take an active role in. I do understand that we're in the energy when we're truly operating in our Divine Feminine energy. It's like we're in the energy of like attracting. You attract just energy to you just by being in a state of being. I hope that made sense. But just being in a state of being is what attracts, is how you attract. But that doesn't mean that you just have to sit around and wait on something to happen, Divine Feminine. Sometimes it's about getting your feet wet, even just taking those steps, or just putting yourself in position to receive or to do the things that you want to do or experience. And then that's how it'll come to you, Divine Feminine. I always go on the floor. So the next card we have is Don't Dim to Fit In. It says, how are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So Divine Feminine, you could be keeping yourself from doing whatever this thing is, or I don't know, going after that hobby, going after that job, going after, you know, whatever that thing is that has the potential to make you happy. Just giving something to try. Simply because some of you, it's like you're in a state of fear. So it's like, maybe if it's something that is more, what's the word? Maybe if it's something that is like something that is has the potential to be seen, like maybe you could be doing some kind of online work, or you're getting in front of a crowd, or, you know, something that has the potential to, you know, put a lot of eyes on you in some kind of way. It's like some of you are afraid to make a move out of fear. This could be fear of failure. This could be fear of how you look in front of other people, or being judged, or whatever the case is, Divine Feminine. But this is telling you not to dim your light to fit in. In order for you to find, in order for you to find your true happiness, you're going to have to do things differently. You're going to have to free yourself from, you know, moving in the norm, especially when you know that, you know, that's just not doing it for you. It's not contributing anything to your overall, you know, your spiritual being, in general. And sometimes, Divine Feminine, it's like you could be afraid to be the odd one out, or, you know, whatever the case. But the world needs your uniqueness. And I feel like the more that you allow yourself to be seen and, you know, moving in your authenticity, not only the happier you will be, but I feel like you could spread that energy to other people as well, to be themselves, to love on themselves more, not to hide from being seen. Even opening new opportunities, new doors, you know, could be opening for you just by taking that step. You just never know what comes from it. We have the protection card. It says, call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. So, Divine Feminine, this is a reminder here for you that, you know, not everybody is going to support everything you do. Not everybody is going to get everything you do. Not everybody is going to like everything that you do. But that doesn't mean that you have to, you know, stop yourself from doing it to appease to the likes of others, or to likes on social media, or whatever the case is, Divine Feminines. What's really important here is how you do something for yourself, what you do for yourself, and how it makes you feel. Especially if you're not doing nothing to hurt anybody or cause any harm, or, you know, whatever the case. There's no issue in that. And especially if you're having fun, Divine Feminine, or if it's something that brings you some kind of joy. You deserve more joy in your life. Yes, you absolutely deserve more joy in your life, and you shouldn't have to compromise that. You shouldn't have to compromise your joy, your happiness, because that's what makes life worth living. That kind of intrinsic feeling that you can only get from, you know, whatever speaks to your soul, or what lights you up. So this is about, even that protection card is even about protecting your energy from those, or not even just those, but just other energies that don't align with your joy and your happiness. So that means even separating yourself from certain people or places or things, or whatever the case, that are just not in alignment with where you're going and the life that you want to live, and the things that you want to do to live in your truth and your authenticity, and to love on yourself more, Divine Feminine. And you definitely don't have to ask for permission for that. So definitely protect yourself from, you know, certain kind of energies around you that are contributing to this misalignment when it comes to that, Divine Feminine. We have break the chain. It says ancestral patterns, healing and rewriting the future. So yes, Divine Feminine, this is coming out right under the Unbound card as well. I guess I should go ahead and show y'all since I'm talking about it. But yes, this is just breaking free from, you know, just fear overall. Or maybe, you know, you can have this fear because you've never seen somebody else do this thing before. I just saw 1010 on the thing, so that's confirmation. So 1010 represents beginnings and endings. So endings and new beginnings. So it's like a constant thing that's going. So life is going to keep going, things are going to keep going on, but how you choose to live it is up to you, Divine Feminine. So would you rather, you know, stay in the dark and feel like this sense of like being restrained, or, you know, whatever the case, or do you want to move closer towards your freedom? And freedom looks different for everybody, and it could manifest in different areas of your life. But what is it that you're, you know, doing that's holding you back from living in your truth, living in your joy, living in your purpose, Divine Feminine? And it's up to you to break free from that. And, you know, just because you haven't seen somebody do a certain thing, or you don't know how this thing is going to work out for you, or, you know, whatever the case, that shouldn't stop you from giving it a try. Just saw 1111 as well. But yeah, that shouldn't stop you from giving something a try or putting your all into something. You know, at least you can do the best that you can say that you did the best that you could, even if, you know, it does seem like a failure. But even in those failures, we learn from those things, and they prepare us for what's next. So there's something to consider here, Divine Feminine. And we also have the Boundaries card. So this is about, again, protecting your energy, Divine Feminine. For some of you, as you move in your light, as you allow your light to shine, there will be people who will want to reach out to you, people who just want to pull on your energy. You might get phone calls from people you haven't talked to in a long time, or text or DMs or whatever the case. You just might have a lot of people reaching out to you, wanting to get a piece of your energy, whether that means hanging out with you or wanting, you know, some people could literally want something physically, financially even from you. So just keep that in mind, Divine Feminine. I saw 1212 and I saw that. So for somebody, it's definitely your finances here. But it's about protecting your energy and just overall, whether that means, you know, just being able to draw boundaries with other people. I didn't even read the card because I kind of jumped right into it. But it says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? So for some of you, Divine Feminine, you could have a hard time saying no to others. So you're constantly saying yes, you know, to other people or to situations that don't align with you, or things that you really don't want to do. But, you know, you say yes out of fear of being seen a certain way, or, you know, or not being liked, or whatever the case is, Divine Feminine here. But you need to remember that when you're saying yes to things that you don't want to do or you don't like, you're ultimately saying no to yourself. You're saying no to your own desires, your own dreams, you know, whatever. So it's about you needed to draw better boundaries here, Divine Feminine. And you don't have to just do it right away. You just know, you know, you're not going to be a pro at it, but, you know, take some time to, you know, put it into practice just a little bit. So the next time you get that phone call, somebody inviting you to come do something, and if you really don't want to do it, or you know, you don't have it in you, don't say, you know, no, I can't. You just, don't feel the need to have to explain yourself either. Like we always, I know that a lot of times when you want to, you know, come off a certain way or be viewed a certain way by people, or you don't want them to like you any less, or whatever the case, even when we do say no, we feel that pressure to have to explain ourselves, like, and you shouldn't have to come up with the reason, you know, regardless of whatever the case is. No is no. You can't do it. You don't want to do it. Whatever the case, no is no. So, yeah. And a lot of you, Divine Feminine, even when it comes to like this reading where we, what was the title again? Something about like now or never. I don't even remember. Like it comes and goes, y'all. But that was kind of the gist of it as well. Yes, it was like now or never. So even when it comes to that, Divine Feminine, some of you need to know that, one, it's okay to change your mind. And two, again, as you're saying yes to these things you don't want to do, or you don't want, or, you know, whatever the case, you are putting your dreams, your ideas, your visions on the back burner because, you know, instead of filling your time doing those things, you know, a lot of times we say we don't have enough time to do this, that, or the third. But it's like when somebody else asks you for something, it's like you make time for it. So how often do you make time for yourself as well, Divine Feminine, is a question that you should know. So that was our bigger picture reading there. So now we're going to go into tarot to, you know, get any information on what you should know, just what to be aware of. And I'm using the Modern Witch Tarot deck for this reading. It's now or never, Divine Feminine. Sometimes if you don't do something, it'll never get done, or you keep pushing something off. Some of you need to remember that time is not guaranteed to any of us. So the time that you have now, the right now, is the time that is precious. So remember that, Divine Feminine. I know a lot of times we don't want to be reminded of that, or we don't want to think about that. But, you know, the truth is, you know, time isn't promised to anybody. And I saw 1660 when I saw that, y'all. I promise y'all, I'm not looking at these numbers just waiting for them to pop up. They literally just, you know, I see them and I acknowledge them and then I keep going. But yeah, Divine Feminine, let's see what else you need to know at this time. But yeah, you just have to, sometimes you have to seize your moment. I just thought about that Coco movie when I said that, seize the moment. But yes, what does Divine Feminine need to know? What further information do we need to cover here? That's way too many. But first we have we have the King of Wands. The Ten of Wands. So a lot of energy here. I just got like pick a struggle. And we got the King of Pentacles. So we have definitely some masculine energy here. And so we got this King of Wands, this Ten of Wands, and this King of Pentacles. So I definitely see something here about focusing your attention or your intentions. However that makes sense for you here, Divine Feminine. But I feel like with this, because first we got the King of Wands and then we got the Ten of Wands. So it's kind of giving me the energy of, you know, I definitely got like pick a struggle. Some of you, this could be like pick a niche, pick a project, something like you, like for some of you, whatever this could even be, this could be like a lot of ideas or something that you have. Divine Feminine, something you need to know is you can focus on one thing at a time. You don't have to do it all at once, because some things, it's about it's definitely about quality and not quantity, even, Divine Feminine. Somebody needs to know that. And then with this King of Pentacles coming out, I'm definitely getting like this could be a focus area on your business, Divine Feminine. So you could have like a bunch of ideas that are coming to you right now and a bunch of different things. You know, like I said, some of them may not make sense, or some of them may not, you know, they may not somehow like mesh with one another, or, you know, whatever the case is, Divine Feminine. You can have all these ideas, but some of you, you just need to write them down, and then you can make a list and then check off the list of getting things done. So this is about focusing on one thing at a time, because I know a lot of you, you know, you might I'm just sensing it more so that, you know, you could say, I don't have enough time to do this, or, you know, whatever the case is here. Divine Feminine is just about taking one step at a time, even. I just got like, they don't build a house overnight, or you can't build a house overnight. So something that's like super complex, or, you know, even when it comes to business, your business is not going to get built overnight. Some things take time. So it's about taking even those little small steps, Divine Feminine, to get you toward whatever your goal is. Here, Divine Feminine. Excuse me, y'all. I got like also it's about how you show up, divine feminine. So some of you, you know, you might be worried about you could just have a particular worry about something when it comes to whatever this is. But divine feminine, give yourself some grace and go ahead and start working on it. You don't have to be perfect at something yet. It's something that's meant for you is going to be yours anyways. But don't block yourself from receiving whatever that blessing is, or, you know, going after that thing because of whatever limitations you may have even assigned to yourself. Because this may not be energy coming from other people all the time. Sometimes it can be energy coming from yourself, like having that kind of even self-doubt. So for some of you, you could focus more on your confidence, even divine feminine, and it's about taking baby steps again here. We got the King of Cups. So many masculine energies here, divine feminine. So that's definitely like an energy of, you know, moving more in your masculine energy. This is not telling you to step out and, you know, step completely outside of your divine femininity. This is about finding some kind of balance even within yourself, working with your divine masculine energy as well. This doesn't have to be another person. This is internal. We all have masculine and feminine traits, qualities, just all of the things, whether you're male or female. But I feel like this is you moving towards something that not only that you care about, I feel like something that has the potential to fill your cup. But, you know, like I said, with all this masculine energy here, I'm definitely getting the energy of taking action. It's about taking action. So sometimes you might not feel like it, or you might talk yourself out of doing something, you know, for whatever reason. It may not even be fear. It could just be like, you know, I'm tired, or in a way, fear could be embedded in that, like even subconsciously, because it's like, you know, you could feel like, you know, why put any effort into something if I'm not going to get anything out of it, or whatever the case is here, divine feminine. That could be the case here for you, but definitely there's a lot of energy of needing to take action here. You also hold the wand here, so the power is in your hands to make whatever this thing happen, or to transform this particular area of your life, or, you know, whatever the case is here. So divine feminine, remember to take one step at a time. You don't have to carry this heavy load. I just saw 22. You don't have to just carry this heavy load all the time, divine feminine, because if anything, that's just what's going to slow you down. So taking things just a little at a time even. And when I say little, that can mean different things for different people. So you put in the work that you put in the work that is necessary for you, but you don't have to overdo it, is what I'm saying here, divine feminine. Sometimes it's just about getting started. Sometimes it's about pushing yourself to get up and, you know, do it. The hardest part is getting started sometimes, and then there's just like this bit of flow that comes with that. And I feel like that's something you'll know, divine feminine. We got the 9 of Wands. Yeah. So I'm definitely getting like laying all your ducks in a row, if that makes sense for anybody. Like, this is about getting into alignment again, taking things one step at a time. You don't have to make things so hard on yourself. Sometimes we overthink things to the point where, you know, it becomes something that's meant to be fun, or something that's meant to be enjoyed. It becomes work in a way that, you know, it just feels like it's too much, or too much of a burden to carry, or whatever the case here, divine feminine. But again, it's not about you trying to carry the whole load and, you know, making things happen quickly, or things just being perfect, you know, right off the bat. It's about just taking those steps and getting into alignment, and eventually you will build something of stability, something stable. Let me get another card here to clarify. What else does the divine feminine need to know here? Definitely putting your heart into something. So again, something that you truly care about. Make time for whatever that thing is. Make change, or something that you could be passionate about. It doesn't have to be something specific, but I feel like you would know what this thing is, because you definitely cried too many nights of things not working out the way that you want them to. We also have the Hermit here that came out first. So sometimes you just got to spend time alone. So again, for some of you, Divine Feminine, you can have people wanting to, you know, attract your energy, even Divine Feminine, and you're having to protect your energy by working alone or using that time to spend on yourself. You don't have to feel that kind of guilt or, you know, again, explaining yourself or taking time for yourself for the things that you need to do or get done, because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to do it is you, Divine Feminine. So for some of you, you are needing to step away from, you know, being so reachable to certain people. And this doesn't mean cut off the whole world or whatever the case, but I think we all know that we have, all of us could, you know, that resonate with this. We have those people in our lives who don't necessarily serve a purpose per se, but they take up a lot of energy. They take up a lot of time even, or they can be distractions from things that we're supposed to be working on or what we prefer to be working on, Divine Feminine. So sometimes you have to shut that energy off. This could be even, you know, excuse. For some of you, this could even mean, you know, changing your phone number, or maybe you don't check your messages on a certain social media site anymore, or maybe you've had to block certain people or whatever the case to no longer reach you, or maybe you even found in yourself that you don't want to respond to, you know, that guy or that woman or, you know, whatever, sliding in your DMs, and then you feel this, you may have used to felt this obligation to respond, because you want to be the, you know, you don't want to come off as rude or mean or whatever the case. But it's okay to ignore those messages too. You don't owe anybody nothing, especially in times like this, Divine Feminine, where you're feeling really down or really drained or whatever the case. You don't owe nobody nothing. You owe it to yourself to receive your happiness. Even if that means cutting off certain people or not, you know, not allowing not allowing just anybody or everybody to have access to you. And that's just the real truth here. And you shouldn't feel guilty about that, because where were those people before they started seeing you in a certain light, or before you started, you know, standing out in a certain way, or whatever the case is here, Divine Feminine. So it's about being true to yourself. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So you definitely need to know here, Divine Feminine, that, you know, as you choose to make these choices going ahead, that, you know, things are bound to change for you regardless. Change is inevitable. It's going to come with that Wheel of Fortune coming out. So even if this has been a season for you where things just aren't making sense, and, you know, you could feel like this energy of just depression or just feeling drained from, you know, this could be your job, or this could be people in your life. This could be situations that you're involved in. If you find yourself that you are completely just drained of whatever this is, it's okay to let go of that. But change is an inevitable, Divine Feminine. So you can either, you know, sit stuck in this energy, or you can choose to move on from it. But when I say change is inevitable, either something else, some other outside force is going to make that change for you, or you can take the power or the control into your hands and have control over, you know, when or how that thing happens, Divine Feminine. But you also need to remember that you deserve better, you deserve more, you deserve to be happy. So whatever that looks like to you, and however that resonates to you, and whatever subject in your life that could pertain to, because whether that's love, relationships, just overall, not just like romantic relationships, but any kind of relationships in your life, or it could be in work, career, just overall, just business or anything. We have the Seven of Cups here, Divine Feminine. The Seven of Cups talks about having different choices and different opportunities, but it's also about being able to pick from, being able to pick your, in some cases it can be choosing your battles. What do you want to put your energy toward? What is worth, you know, the tears, the, you know, what is worth putting your all into, or, you know, whatever the case is here. What is it that you truly want, Divine Feminine? What is it that you want? And based on what's available to you now, like, what choices do you need to make to get closer to what it is that you do want? How can you put yourself in position for that? Well, we need to know about this Seven of Cups. But with change being inevitable, Divine Feminine, even as you know, whatever choices that you make going forward, I just kind of feel like whether you see the options in front of you or not, whether it's like super clear or not, the options are always there. And you also have more options available to you than you could be aware of. But sometimes once you get into a certain energy, or you allow yourself to be in a certain space, or, you know, switching things up a bit, getting out of your norm, breaking free from what you used to do, or whatever the case, that's when things really start to appear. That's when new opportunities come, when new doors open, or even your mindset itself changes. You can see, you know, things become clearer on like the potential even for certain things here for you. But we got the Nine of Cups, Divine Feminine. That came out under the Seven of Cups. So you definitely have a choice here to choose your happy. So whatever it is that brings you that happiness, that joy, that wish fulfillment, and whatever part of your life, even in how you celebrate, or how you give and receive love, or how you make your money, or, you know, what you find beautiful, the chaos, all the things. It's like, what areas of your life do you need to make new choices, or what areas of your life do you need to let go of, like, certain things that will get you closer to whatever your overall happiness is, or your wish fulfillment, that you can only gain spiritually. Like, this kind of fulfillment is not something you can buy. And, you know, when I say that, I want you to not take that too, like, crazy or whatever, because there are some things that you can buy that make you happy or contribute to your happiness. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's some kind of intrinsic fulfillment that you get only from, you know, pouring yourself into, you know, things that make you happy, whether that is buying something, or whether it is going after that, you know, that opportunity, or taking that trip, or going after that job, or, you know, taking a chance excuse me, taking a chance on yourself, or taking a leap of faith when it comes to whatever that business is. It's about just putting yourself in the energy and the space to make it happen, and allow yourself to receive whatever benefits come from it. But Divine Feminine, you're not going to find that staying stuck where you are, or continuing to, you know, hold back from, you know, making those things happen. You know, one step at a time. Again, like, I can already hear, like, well, you know, this, that, or the third, or, well, I can't do this because of this, or, you know, whatever the case. Divine Feminine, it's important for you to start where you are. Start with what you do have. So, just taking things one step at a time. You're not going to have all the answers right away. You're not going to know everything right away. You're not going to have all the things right away, but know that you are deserving of whatever it is that you desire, Divine Feminine. It's up to you to go after it and to allow yourself to have it. So with this Star card, there's like healing here. So this could also even mean healing your perspective when it comes to things. So maybe you've always viewed things a certain way, or you think something is impossible for you because of, you know, whatever, I don't know, limitation you think you may have, or whatever limitation you think is going to stop you from, you know, receiving whatever or doing whatever, Divine Feminine. And this is about you pouring back into yourself, and, you know, knowing that you are worthy and that you can have those things, and that you're deserving of it, and then allowing yourself to have it. So we got the Two of Pentacles here. So Divine Feminine, even with that Star card, is definitely the Star card also is also very symbolic for what the Two of Pentacles is showing, which shows like balance and flow. So I definitely feel with like that water here is definitely giving me more so an energy of your emotions. So this is something for you, Divine Feminine, and it's important for you to give back to yourself, because I definitely feel like you, since you have so much love within you, I feel like that's just what divine feminine energy is. Just overall, there's so much love, there's beauty, there's growth, there's chaos, there's just all these different things that makes you divine feminine. And I feel like you're just meant to operate in a more serene kind of energy, in a way that you will only get that from doing those things that bring you that kind of energy, even divine feminine. Because a lot of y'all, you just been experiencing a lot of that chaos and turmoil in your life, which is throwing you out of whack even when it comes to balancing your divine feminine energy. But again, that could be by you balancing your divine feminine energy, you could balance your masculine energy as well by taking action, doing whatever that thing is that pours back into you, that, you know, supports you overall, spiritually, financially, emotionally, however that, you know, resonates, divine feminine. Let's see, is there anything else divine feminine needs to know at this time? All right, y'all, so that is it for tarot. So now I'm just going to pull some final cards for any additional wisdom that you might need at this time, divine feminine. Any advice from the divine, you know, as it pertains to this reading. This is the Wisdom Oracle deck, if I haven't said that already. I haven't used this in a while, but I felt called to today. All right, y'all, so the first card we got out is By the Book. And right off of that, I feel like with us already getting that card of breaking free from ancestral patterns and having boundaries, and, you know, I feel like with this By the Book card here, it's not telling you to go by the book and doing, you know, things how they've always been done. It's about switching that energy up. For sure, divine feminine. We got the number 11 on this card as well. I think I called that number out earlier. I believe I saw 1111. But I definitely feel like sometimes it's about breaking free from, you know, again, breaking free from the patterns, or from doing what you used to do, or what's always been done, or how your family does things, or whatever the case. If, you know, somebody needs to be reminded here, if, you know, you won't be able to accomplish whatever that thing is that you want to do, or, you know, really experience your dream to the fullest potential if you continue doing things as they've always been done, or if you're doing things the way everybody else is telling you to do it, or how your parents are telling you to do it, or family, or, you know, even friends, and they're not even doing what you want to do, or they're not experiencing the kind of life that you want to experience. So how can you really, you know, continue to follow what's always, you know, just been the norm? Divine feminine, it's about you stepping outside of your norm to be able to make whatever change this is happen. So this doesn't even have to just be other people. This could be you going by what society tells you you're supposed to do, or what you thought you were supposed to do that hasn't worked for you, or, you know, whatever the case, or isn't working for you currently. Choosing your happiness, divine feminine, sometimes you're gonna have to color outside the line. So that's just the nature of it. We have higher power here, divine feminine. So I definitely feel like, you know, even in a world where individuality may not always be supported, or just being your true authentic self, like sometimes we feel like we have to water ourselves down in order to be accepted by society, or whatever the case is, divine feminine. But you're not meant to follow the status quo here, divine feminine. But with this higher power card coming out here, I'm definitely getting like you have the spiritual backing behind that. The divine didn't create you. You weren't created. You weren't, you know, put your purpose here on earth wasn't, you know, for you to follow the status quo and to be like everybody else and be like a, you know, a paper cutout of, you know, of a human being or whatever the case is here, divine feminine. The divine created you to be the unique being that you are, because that's what you are meant to be. You're not meant to be like or look like, feel like, be like everybody else. You're meant to have your own experience here, divine feminine. You're meant to experience your own sense of, you know, life and experiences, and you should be able to enjoy that as well, divine feminine. And let's see, the next card we have is Yang. So if y'all didn't hear it already when I said it, when all that masculine energy was coming out, Yang is about taking action. There's fire here, there's passion, there's like outburst here. So divine feminine, it's time for you to take action. You know, like I said at the beginning of this video, this reading, you heard it, you seen it in the title, just all the things. It is now or never, divine feminine. So it's about you taking that action and moving forward with it and moving towards your happiness, because you deserve it, okay? So that's the reading that I have for you all today. I hope that it was helpful. I hope you got the confirmation that you needed to go ahead and push forward and do that thing. Step outside your norm. Break free from those ancestral patterns that have been holding you back from living in your truest, greatest potential. And just being able to receive all the love, the abundance, just the joy that you deserve and that you desire. Divine feminine, it's about time you start living your dreams. So, you know, here's your confirmation and you're welcome. But yes, y'all, that's all I have for y'all at this time. If you would like to book a personal reading, the information will be below. And until next time, y'all, bye.